Alright guys, continue on with this. Play next game. Ooh, the Celtics.
To Boston as the Celtics get ready to start this game off. Tonight, the NBA on 2K Sports is the place to be. Thanks for tuning in the middle of your very busy week. So the Bobcats starting five. Augustine and Henderson are the backcourt pair. Boris Diaw is out there with Tyrus Thomas, and it's Spaghetti in at the three. And for the Celtics, Rondo and Allen make up the backcourt. Green and KG down low. And it's Pierce in at the three spot.
Well, I think last year when the Bobcats traded Gerald Wallace, they lost a part of their soul and their identity. And it's tough to win when you lose a guy like that. But they did get a couple of draft picks, and that will help them in this rebuilding process.
So off the tip at Charlotte. Here's Rondo. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. Started by Augustine. It's Allen on the wing. Clock at 6. Now let's check out the Sprite Slam King.
Boy, he's got enough hang time there to put a little something extra on that one. 2 scoops of ice cream after that.
Well, that's a play that's going to be remembered from this game, that's for sure.
I think it was more like a banana split, Clark.
That free throw good from Allen. And Clark, back to that trade Steve was just talking about. We both like Gerald Wallace a great deal, but that's, I think, what was the key. When you saw that he was let go, you knew the Bobcats were starting to look to the future.
Yeah, starting to do an about-face, and those draft picks will help them not only get more talent, but also get a little younger as well. And it's not going to be easy, it never is, but I think they're headed in the right direction.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Paul Silas had a few moments to share with me. I asked him which player he was most worried about, and his answer was immediate: Rajon Rondo. He said Rondo's ability to take control of games with his defense and his playmaking make it tough to mitigate what he can do on the floor. We'll see if there's something up the sleeve, guys.
Thanks, Doris.
That's going to be important for this team to fight over the top of screens defensively.
Yeah, you got to tag him and stay right close to him, because with his touch, he doesn't need much space to get his shot off.
White against Davis. Shoots it. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
You know, for Glenn Davis, Kevin, last season was the best of his career. I mean, he managed to cut down on getting his shot blocked and up his field goal percentage as a result.
Allen left side. Bobcats trail by 4. Here's Temple. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Well, that's the problem. You turn the ball over, and your defense just isn't set up at the other end.
And sometimes when it happens that way, it almost feels like a 4-point bucket.
Now here is Davis. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. 19 feet away. This is off the left iron. Well, Glenn Davis not the longest guy at the power forward, Steve, so you knew it would be an adjustment for him scoring in the NBA.
Yeah, he's a very interesting player. I mean, he really doesn't have any lift at all, doesn't score over the top of people, but he finds a way. He creates angles, he uses his strength and his agility and his soft hands, and he figures out a way to get the shot up.
It's Pierce on the wing. Rondo with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick.
Well, he did a nice job losing his man on a good pick and then just buried the jumper. That is basketball 101 right there, Kevin.
Defended by Allen. Here's Temple. Mark down low that time, and he got the 3-second close. Making some changes. Garnett comes in for Glenn Davis, and it's Green in for Delonte West. Then for the Bobcats, Tyrus Thomas is checked in for White. Diaw comes in for McGuire, and it's Henderson for Garrett Temple. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Green, hits the 15-footer. Green's got his first basket of the night.
He will eat you alive unless you play him tougher defensively.
Here's Augustine, and he knocks it down.
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, with a basket.
And guys, he got it off just in time. Nice play.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. It's the Celtics. They're up by 2.
Boy, the offense has been so smooth. Everybody working together, and you can tell they're getting good shots pretty much every time down.
Yeah, they're a well-oiled machine there. I mean, they keep the ball moving, they keep themselves moving, and as a result, they're piling up the points.
More great action when we return.
Tune in this Friday night. Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets take on Kobe Bryant and the LA Lakers. The new season in the NBA rolls on. Do not miss it.
Now we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter.
Ooh, it's tied up.
Here's Arroyo. Now here's Bradley. Shot from the wing. The shot's good. Arroyo making the play. And the Celtics lead by 2. Bobcats on offense, trailing by 2. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. On the floor for Charlotte, Babcock in a 2-guard. Kwame Brown is out there with Tyrus Thomas. Then it's Henderson, and it's Maggette in at the small forward position.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you. You know, guys, I think the Celtics actually came into the playoffs last season with a little less swagger than usual. I mean, losing Kendrick Perkins in the trade seemed to shake them up a little bit. And with Shaq really unable to contribute due to injuries, the team used to being big inside perhaps felt a little smaller.
And Charlotte has possession, following the bucket by the Celtics.
Man, I like the aggressiveness defensively, forcing that mistake. Great job taking that one all the way to the hoop.
Yeah, he made the D look non-existent and foolish there.
You set the table there well with the Celtics and their injuries. That did play a role in the postseason, not just in the front court. The dislocated elbow of Rajon Rondo also factored in. Steve, that was a huge hit for that team.
Yeah, I was amazed that he was able to return in that game and continue to play the rest of the series. But it did limit him. And with Rondo's...
And he flushes it through. Strikes on Cam with the replay.
They can do no wrong offensively. Everything's dropping, guys, and that confidence, it gets infectious and contagious.
Feeds it to Henderson. Backs him down. And it's going to be a 3.
Come on, dude. I couldn't even move my guy.
Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Boston making some changes. Paul Pierce is checked in for Von Wafer. Allen comes in for Avery Bradley. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Carlos Arroyo. Then for the Bobcats, Joel Prisbilla checked in for Brown. Diao comes in for Tyrus Thomas. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Gerald Henderson.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And here's Augustine. 20 points for him last game against Memphis. They need this one. Rebounded by Troy Murphy.
Tell you what, the defense wasn't backing down there because usually he can use his strength to fight through contact.
Launches a 3. That doesn't go either for Green. Bobcats trail by 8.
Smart call here. They'll play for one shot.
That's right. Try to get the last shot of the quarter here, Steve.
They set the pick. 3 seconds left. Back ends that one. And that does it for the first half of play. And we'll be back in just a moment.
And welcome. The NBA season is in its early stages, which means we're just getting all warm and cozy here on the HP Halftime Report. The Celtics doing well so far. They're off to a strong start this young season and looking to add another win. They made a point of working the ball around. Great offensive teamwork. And the Bobcats have been plugging away. We've seen them getting to the foul line, taking advantage of what the other team's giving them. Some games going on earlier on. Let's check them out from around the league. At Amway Center, the Magic with a win over the Jazz. That makes 3 in a row for them. Dwight Howard was their top scorer. In another one of the games that went final, the Clippers grabbed the win against the Raptors in Toronto. With that game in the books, they split their last 2 outings. Eric Gordon, their leading scorer. And a look here at the other action around the association. Over at Phillips Arena, it was the Hawks losing to the Knicks. 6-point difference in that one. Josh Smith was their scoring leader. Thanks so much for being with us. Now let's get back to Boston as the third quarter gets underway.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Celtics leading by 19.
You know, in 2010, Charlotte made the playoffs, but it wasn't because of their play on the road and their poor performance in that department carried into last season.
So with Rondo on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Avery Bradley is out there with Delonte West. Then it's Murphy. Then there's Jermaine O'Neal. And it's Davis.
Oh, wow. I can't believe you missed that one.
But sometimes he really lacks the confidence he needs when he's driving to the basket.
Now, here's Bradley. Defense right on him. No one near him. No good off the back of the rim. More on Charlotte. Both years just winning 13 wins in 41 road games.
And you don't give yourself a lot of room for error to make the playoffs when you play.
No! Oh my God, dude.
That means you have to be almost perfect at home.
6 to shoot. Lets it go. Charlotte again missing.
I tell you, the D was really lax there. I mean, they know he really struggles from that range.
Outside, Davis. Back to Bradley. And there's the feed to Davis. Drops in the layup for 2. Davis has got his first 2 points of the night.
Look at Doc Rivers' coaching numbers, and he's been nothing short of amazing for Boston here. I mean, already over 500 wins in his career as a coach. Really impressive.
Straight up. And the rejection by O'Neal. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Boston Celtics. They host the Clippers after this game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And then for Charlotte, Tyrese Thomas is checked in for Prisbilla. Henderson comes in for DJ White. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Garrett Temple. Here is McGuire. Puts up the baby hook. But they retain possession. Here's Babcock. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. Outside Rondo. Pierce. Headed by Augustine. Pierce. Good.
Wow.
Got 8 points. A difficult situation for Charlotte.
You know, looking back now to the 1998 draft, I'm sure there's some teams that picked ahead of Boston in that 10th spot that would like to do that one over and maybe take Paul Pierce, because he slid down that draft a little further than people expected, and he's become an absolute superstar for the Boston Celtics.
With 1 on the clock, and once again off the mark by Charlotte. Celtics leading by 23. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. That's 10 points for Paul Pierce. Thinking back to Paul Pierce's draft out of Kansas, even at that time, it was somewhat surprising to see him drop like that in the rotation.
It really was. I can remember thinking about Paul Pierce and how I thought he was the one guy in that draft who really had a ready-made NBA position in game. And to see him slide, that's why the draft is more art than science. But at the end of the day, you know what? It's all about what happens when you get to the NBA, and he's proven to be a Hall of Famer.
And historically, one of the great Celtic scorers of all time.
Without question.
And it's good. Through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. And so it's Boston easily.
Oh, wow.